They laughed at you, didn't they? When you were down, when life knocked you flat, when every breath felt like a fight, they stood there, grinning. Your pain? Their entertainment. They saw you stumble, saw the cracks, saw the mess you tried to hide, and they thought it was a joke. They thought you'd break for good. They thought you'd stay stuck in the dirt, drowning in their smug little victory. They figured you were done, finished, while they kicked dust in your face and walked off, smug as hell. But they missed something. Pain isn't just a scar. It's a weapon. It's the fire that burns you down to build you back stronger. They didn't see it coming, did they? The way you clawed through the wreckage, the way you turned their laughter into fuel. They thought they'd buried you. Guess what? You're still here. And now? Now it's your turn. You're not the punchline anymore. You're the reckoning. They laughed at your pain. Fine. Let's see how they handle choking on it. Because you're not just surviving this. You're rewriting the rules. They thought they knew you, thought they had you pegged. Weak, small, broken. They were wrong. Dead wrong. Every snicker, every jab, every time they looked down on you, it stacked up. It built something inside you they can't touch. Something dark. Something unstoppable. You feel it, don't you? That heat in your chest, that itch in your bones. It's not shame. It's power. They wanted you to stay quiet, to fade away, to let their version of you be the truth. But you didn't. You couldn't. You're not built like that. Not anymore. They laughed because they thought pain was your end. They didn't realize it was your beginning. Every tear you swallowed, every night you fought through, every time you got back up when they swore you wouldn't, it carved you into something they can't control, something they can't laugh off. You're not here to beg for their approval. You're not here to play nice. You're here to take what's yours. They don't get it yet, but they will. Oh, they will. When you rise, when you stand tall, when you look them dead in the eyes, they'll feel it. That shift, that weight, the moment they realize the joke's on them. They thought your pain was a weakness. They thought it was something to mock. But you turned it into armor. You turned it into a blade. And now you're sharp, sharper than they'll ever be. They laughed because they thought you'd crack under the pressure. They didn't see you thrive in it. They didn't see you take every hit, every low blow, and twist it into something they can't dodge. You're not just standing back up. You're towering over them. They wanted you small. You grew massive. They wanted you silent. Your voice is a roar now. They wanted you gone. Too bad. You're the shadow they can't shake. Let them laugh. Let them think they've got you figured out. Because while they're busy cackling, you're moving. You're building. You're burning through every limit they try to slap on you. They don't know what's coming. They don't know who you've become. But they're about to find out. This isn't about revenge, not some petty little payback. This is bigger. This is you claiming what they said you'd never have. This is you turning their cheap shots into your throne. They laughed at your pain? Good. Let them try laughing when they're choking on the dust you leave behind. Because you're not here to lose anymore. You're not here to bend. You're not here to break. You're here to dominate. They thought they could bury you with their words, their looks, their doubts. They thought wrong. You didn't just crawl out of that grave. They handed you the shovel. And now you're digging theirs. Every smirk they threw your way, every time they brushed you off, every second they thought you'd stay down, it's all coming back to haunt them. You're not the same person they kicked around. That version of you? Gone. Dead. What's left is something else. Something they can't handle. Something they can't stop. You're not asking for permission. You're not waiting for a green light. You're taking it, all of it. The respect they wouldn't give. The space they wouldn't make. The power they swore you'd never touch. It's yours now. They laughed because they thought pain was your limit. They didn't see it was your launch pad. Every bruise, every scar, every sleepless night, it's not baggage. It's rocket fuel. And you're blasting off while they're still stuck, staring up, mouths open, throats dry. They wanted you to feel small. You're a giant now. They wanted you to feel worthless. You're priceless. They wanted you to feel alone. Look around. You've got an army in your shadow, built from every piece they tried to shatter. They laughed at your pain because they thought it'd keep you down. They thought it'd keep you tame. They thought wrong. You're not tame. You're wild. You're not down. You're unstoppable. You're not their victim. You're their wake-up call. Let them choke on it. Let them gag on every word they spat at you. Let them trip over every lie they told themselves about who you are. Because you're not here to prove them wrong. You're here to show them how right they were to fear you. They laughed because they thought you'd never fight back. They thought you'd roll over. Take it. Let them win. But winning's not their game anymore. It's yours. You're not playing by their rules. You're not asking for a seat at their table. You're flipping the whole damn thing over and building your own. They thought your pain was their victory. They thought it was the end of you. But pain's your ally now. It's the spark that lit the fire. It's the wind that's pushing you forward. It's the edge they'll never have. They laughed because they thought they'd broken you. They didn't break you. They made you. And now you're here, standing taller than they ever dreamed, stronger than they ever feared, ready to take everything they said you couldn't. They don't get to laugh anymore. They don't get to talk. They don't get to breathe easy. Because you're the storm they didn't see coming. You're the weight they can't lift. You're the force they can't fight. They laughed at your pain. Now they'll choke on it. Every last one of them. Every smug face. Every fake smile. Every coward who thought they could step on you and walk away clean. They're not walking away now. They're not laughing now. They're looking at you. Really looking. And they're scared. Good. They should be. Because you're not just back. You're better. You're not just alive. You're unstoppable. You're not just here. You're everywhere. They thought they'd end you with their laughter. They thought they'd crush you with their doubt. They thought they'd kill you with their apathy. But you turned it all around. You took their arrows and built a bow. You took their stones and built a castle. You took their laughter and turned it into thunder. And now they're the ones shaking. Now they're the ones running. Now they're the ones choking. They laughed at your pain because they thought it was safe. They thought you'd stay down. They thought you'd let it slide. But you didn't. You don't. You won't. You're not that person anymore. You're not their doormat. You're not their joke. You're their nightmare. And nightmares don't fade. Nightmares don't forgive. Nightmares don't forget. You're the shadow that keeps them up at night. You're the echo they can't silence. You're the truth they can't escape. They laughed because they thought they had power over you. They don't. Not anymore. You've got the power now. You've got the fire. You've got the will. And you're not giving it back. They can't take it from you. They can't talk it away. They can't laugh it off. It's yours, earned, forged, unbreakable. They thought your pain was their win. They thought it was their story to tell. But this isn't their story anymore. It's yours. And you're telling it loud. You're telling it raw. You're telling it real. They laughed at your pain. Let them try laughing now. Let them try breathing through the dust you kick up. Let them try standing when you walk through. Because you're not stopping. You're not slowing. You're not bending. You're rising. Higher, harder, faster than they ever thought possible. They thought they'd seen the end of you. They hadn't seen anything yet. They thought your pain was their trophy. They thought it was something to hang on their wall. But you turned it into a crown. You turned it into a weapon. You turned it into a legacy. They laughed because they thought you'd never get here. They laughed because they thought you'd never fight back. They laughed because they thought you'd never win. Look at you now. Look at where you stand. Look at what you've become. They're not laughing anymore. They're choking. They're gasping. They're drowning in the mess they made. And you're the one who made it happen. You're the one who flipped the script. You're the one who took their game and burned it to the ground. They laughed at your pain. Now they'll choke on it. And you'll keep going. You'll keep climbing. You'll keep winning. Because that's who you are now. Not the person they hurt. Not the person they mocked. Not the person they left behind. You're the one they'll never forget. You're the one they'll never outrun. You're the one they'll never beat. They laughed at your pain. Let them choke on it. Let them choke on every word. Let them choke on every doubt. Let them choke on every second they thought they had you. Because you're not theirs anymore. You're yours. And that's the sweetest victory of all. They laughed. Now they're silent. They laughed. Now they're scared. They laughed. Now they're nothing. And you're everything they said you'd never be. So keep going. Keep pushing. Keep rising. They don't get to define you. They don't get to stop you. They don't get to win. Not now. Not ever. They laughed at your pain. Now make them choke on it. Make them feel it. Make them know it. Make them remember it. Because you're not just here to survive. You're here to rule.